What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome to the spoiler-free version of my review for Returnal. Let me explain something I've never done. Okay, I did once a spoiler-free review, but actually it was not intentional. It was for The Devil and Me from Man and Medan. Can I get away with not talking about it while I'm talking about it, if that makes sense? So it's kind of like now I intentionally want to be able to do two versions of the review, so bear with me if my thoughts are not all collected. These are still like a work in progress, the spoiler-free reviews. You guys already saw there is a spoiler heavy version up on my article page and my blog, which you can see down in the description below, as one of the videos that I already posted today. So this is an experiment. This is something that I'm going to be doing forever, but this is going to still be an experiment since I'm doing it for the first time knowingly. You get the picture, you got it. So imagine if Dark Souls and Hades were a game. You get Returnal. You get Returnal, and you get this combination of roguelike stuff happening whenever you're dying consistently over and over and over again. You get the beauty of each run being different, but also having the same consistency of a storyline. And you get that with Hades too, but this one I feel like there's more theory in this game than anything whatsoever. This is the most theory-driven game I have seen in a very long time, besides Bloodborne. So first we're going to dive into the mechanics, because I feel like this is the most important part, and this is what people are really going to gravitate towards when it comes down to it. The mechanics are wonderful in this game, and one thing that I kind of had an issue with myself with, I was fighting with myself constantly. When I look at a game, I try to see if there's any holes I can poke in it, any little thing of where like, well, I got you there, this part isn't so good, or this part isn't so well cleaned up. But I kid you not, when going through this game and playing Returnal, I was having such a hard time finding things that I actually either disliked about the game or found an issue with. So many of my friends who have played the game, who stopped playing the game, tell me their gripes with it, tell me their experiences with it, but that's just it. That's their experiences. My experiences are going to be completely different from theirs. So when we talk about fundamental issues that we have either with the mechanics or with the story or whatever it may be, I'm looking for those things from my perspective. That's why subjective reviews and op-ed pieces are so fundamentally important, because you are seeing the perspective of the person instead of just going for a straight tech review, which is all based in fact. Returnal has some of the best mechanics I've seen since Sifu and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It has fluidity of movement, and as a shooter game, it is truly magnificent. Returnal has an ease to it that is made only by the choices you make in how each run is approached. For example, for close encounters, you can utilize the Spitmaw, but for longer ranged attacks, the Electropylon driver works wonders and does half the work for you. If you're a fan of the Rotland Lobber, you're gonna love this one. Since ease is subjective, because I know for a fact when I went into play with the Nemesis boss, I found that one extremely difficult, whereas some of my other friends who have played the game, they found it extraordinarily easy. It's the way in which we prepare for the bosses. So if you prepare and you get your health and you get different parasites and you utilize things that are going to be beneficial for you in the long run, then you're going to do so much better with a boss than if you were to just go in there, no health, no parasites, just shooting in the wind. I definitely didn't do that. There will be times of when you just want to start a run all over again because there was an item that was really rare that you didn't get to pick up and you really wanted, or there was a parasite that you didn't get to pick up and you really wanted, and it might be in the next run, because the algorithm in this game works in a way of where each run, everything is different. So it has like the same aspects to it, but it's a completely different environment. The enemies are placed differently. There's going to be different guns. There's going to be different parasites, different everything. There will be times where I only wanted to use the Electropylon driver for a specific boss, and I would keep restarting the level and restarting the run until I got that specific gun. It takes some searching, but if you really want to be able to do a run correctly, you have to take the time and look for health, you know, upgrade your max integrity, do everything that is necessary. That way it makes it just that much easier. And I can't tell you guys how many times I died during a run, even after doing all of the right things, just because I went in and I went into an area that I wanted to explore. I didn't do the boss right away. There are so many different things that can distract you in different runs. You know, you want to be able to make as clean of a run as possible, but also as smart of a run as possible, if that makes sense. This game, it has so much philosophy in it. It has so much psychology. There's so many good things about this game. Even in the DLC, the Tower of Sisyphus, you are going to get more story bits and everything that really really solidify the train of thought of the entire thing. There's so much to the haunted houses. I would highly recommend going into those haunted houses and finding the key for those houses. Going into those houses plus playing the DLC will make the story more well-rounded. It will solidify everything that Celine is going through. It will make the story that much easier to understand, because a lot of people have their own theories for this game. A lot of people have their own understandings of how the story should go, which is awesome. I think that more games should rely on fan theories than anything. I feel like, you know, whenever Bloodborne had all of the fan theories go around, it brought the community that much closer, which is the same for Returnal, and it's quite the same for Hades actually too. Even though the story in Hades is more solid. It's more like, oh, okay, here's this, and here's this. Like, you're looking under rocks and corners and different places and different things, and it's just so vibrant in the way that it's done. So yes, highly recommend going into the story of Returnal, the lore, everything about this game is truly wonderful, and I don't lightly give a game a 10 out of 10. But this game I give a 10 out of 10. You know, there are so many parts of this game that were so incredibly vibrant in the way the story was told and in the way the mechanics were done. It was almost like a ballet. There are just absolutely diverse and incredible. Each area is also very different from the other. No two areas in this game will look alike. And in this area, you have 6 biomes and 5 bosses. Once you finish the game, you will be put right back to the beginning. You'll unlock several things like multiplayer, different challenge rooms, all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a fun game. It has replayability up the wazoo, so you guys will definitely have a fun time with that. And it also now has co-op as well. So if you guys have trouble with a boss or an area, you can join someone or someone can join you. But you guys, that was my spoiler-free review of Returnal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you all like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. I make videos every day here on YouTube. May you find your worth in the waking world, dear hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. Umbasa.